Hello, clever people, and welcome back to my review of The Birth of a Nation. So, The Birth of a Nation is a remake that's not really a remake of the 1915 film The Birth of a Nation. I say it's not really a remake because what I've heard about the first film, it's not like it at all. But it's about the Nat Turner Rebellion. If you don't know who Nat Turner is, he was a slave who led a rebellion with a bunch of other slaves, and he killed about 50 or 60 slave owners. And the reason I didn't get this review out sooner was I saw this on Thursday night, and the reason I didn't film it earlier and I didn't post it earlier is because this film was incredibly hard to grade. I'm not going to give this a score. I couldn't think of a score for this film. You'll see why later in the review. Good things about the film. I really liked the cinematography. Overall, I thought it was really great, but some parts it was like something that was supposed to be subtle, and the cinematography is just like, hey, did you catch that? Yeah, you're supposed to catch that. Yeah, this happened. It's just, yeah, we understood what happened. But the acting was really great for the most part. First 5 minutes, there was some horrible child acting, but other than that, all the acting was great. Score really complimented the film well. I thought that was really well done. It really did feel like the 1700s and the 1800s. It felt like that time. I thought that was really well done. And I don't really think this is a good thing or a bad thing. Well, it could be categorized as either. But the first and second acts were really... okay, so the first and second acts were decent. And then the third act, if the third act, the entire rest of the film was like the third act, this would be the best film of the year. Swiss Army Man would have competition. Well, that's mine at the moment. But it was amazing. Like, phenomenal. I really felt like the third act was the actual rebellion, and the first and second act was just like leading along with it, but building tension. But I really think they should have spent more time on the third act. The first and second act seemed like, okay, we want to make this at least 2 hours long, around 2 hours long, so here's a little bit of filler. Here's a little bit of filler. Okay, here's the thing we've already shown you before. Here's some more things we've already shown you before, you know? Yeah, I just felt like the first and second act could have been shortened, and the third act I wish there was more of, because that was great. Bad, I thought there were some plot devices, like, that have been used before. I wouldn't call this film cliche. I wouldn't call any characters cliche, but I did think they used some plot devices that were like, really? Really, you had to do that? And I did have some pacing issues in at least the first act. It was like one scene came after each other, just like this, slow, fast, slow. No, it really shouldn't have done that. But no, these don't really categorize as good or bad. I just want to let you know, if you're going to see this film, I will never watch this again. Even if I decide it is the greatest film in the universe, I will never watch this film again. Why? Because it is the most brutal film I have ever seen. Just giving you a heads up, this is very brutal, and I was like right next to leaving the theater a couple times. Like, ugh, my God, it was very brutal. If you don't think that films like horror films, if you don't like horror films, this isn't necessarily a horror film. I'd call it more of a drama or a thriller. But if you don't like gore, I would consider not watching this movie. I don't want to tell everyone don't watch this movie, because it was was an okay movie. But yeah, it's really brutal and really dark at times, and yeah, the fight scenes, while being great, I was just sitting there going, for like 5 minutes. It was disturbing. Yeah. So my score, I don't think I can categorize this. I think I could categorize it as 2 scores. I would give the ending a 10 out of 10. And I would give the first and second act a 5 out of 10. So I guess you average that out. That would be around 8. Because it's 2 5s and a 10. So it'd be around 8 or 9 or something. Whatever. I would not necessarily recommend this film, but if you think it looks good, it's probably going to be, you're probably going to enjoy it. So, that concludes my review. So, I'm Connor Gilbert, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.